Hello, welcome or welcome back to Heretic Owl Tarot. My name is Liz and I will be guiding you on this journey today. This is a reading for Aries, wherever Aries is in your chart. And your girl is struggling. Oh God, everything today was just pissing me off. Oh my God. So I was like, let me just come hang out with the Aries homies because I can't. And also, whatever. Anyway, let's just move on because I could literally sit here and just bitch and bitch and bitch and bitch to you guys about all the shit that is annoying me. But what good is that going to do? I don't know. So anyway, that is way too many cards. So let's talk about you, please. Let's talk about Aries. What do we have? What do we got? For Aries. Also, the other thing that is pissing me off is video titles. I just can't. I'm not one of those people that is good at naming stuff anyway, you know, like naming a pet, I don't name anything. Like if I wasn't given a name at birth, I probably wouldn't have one. Like if I had to figure it out, it's literally a miracle that I even named this channel, truly. And I named it after my human design profile, which is the 5-1, you know, human design profile. But stressing me out, you know, and I don't even know if it is like really necessary to have a title on YouTube videos. You know, like I'm also trying to do all of the things that help this channel, this space grow and get some, you know, visibility, but it's just stressing me out. So yeah. So if you see the title that literally says, having to put words here is giving me anxiety, that's why. And feel free, like if a title comes to you while you're watching this video, please leave a comment and I will change it. Because seriously, somebody did that under the Capricorn reading and I'm like, oh, thank you. I literally changed it. So please, you know, if something comes to you, share with the class. Help me out. Okay. Hello? And like, can we get some cards? Like, how are you guys feeling? Just like irritable? Like also too, like just very impatient. Like literally I'm sitting there working and shit is just, and I am going to be cussing a lot. Okay. This is an adult space. I have these videos marked as not safe for like, you know, children. And I also like hate when people like apologize for cussing in their own videos. I'm going to be cussing a lot. But literally shit was just flying out of my hands. What is going on here? My laptop was so effing slow uploading the 2 videos that I did 2 days ago. No, yesterday. And I'm just sitting there like on the verge of grinding my teeth. If I wouldn't have wound up with a migraine, I would have been grinding those bitches. And just like social media is pissing me off, like people in general. And anyway, so that's why I was just like, you know what? Why not take this energy? Why not take this to the Aries reading? I swear I sat here and grounded myself. I played around like with these mats. This is just a mat. Right? And I had this green one, but it just wasn't coming through in the video. I need to check I use my phone to record these, right? Like I need to check the settings because why is it like totally changing that's pissing me off. Right? I hate the color of just this table by itself. Hate it. So I bought this mat. I love this color. Just wasn't coming through in the video. So then I bought this like terracotta, whatever, color that was also just like the exposure or whatever it is on the camera was like totally washing out the color. And I'm like, what is happening? So all of that is to say, like, I do wonder if in your life you are experiencing just some form of frustration, agitation. Where is Mars right now too? That's in Scorpio. So, wherever Scorpio is for you, that would potentially be your 8th house. Your 8th house. If you're an Aries rising, of course, but for me, that's in my 5th house, which is creativity and shit like that, which all of the things that I was kind of talking about a little bit are, kind of in the realm of creativity. But anyway, just, and just having to deal with people in general, if you have been having to deal with people, just noticing more and more just how frustrating people can be sometimes. I mean, including myself, right? I'm definitely okay. And now this is pissing me off. I don't even, send help. I can't even see, you know what? Let's just leave it for now. I'm sorry you have to witness my crash out sesh too. We have the Ace of Cups, which is gorgeous. That's beautiful. Love that. A little bit of a, speaking of crash out. We don't take the cards that flip. We only take the cards that actually fall out. All of my decks know. We've had these conversations individually. What else for Aries? The Hierophant. That's interesting. And then we have the Emperor and the Seven of Pentacles. Let me just make sure that this isn't an absolute mess. Okay, let's see. That's not bad. Okay. Not bad. Not as bad as we were anticipating. Oh, but this is what I was... Okay. I feel like it's like kind of crooked and I can't... My geriatric eyes, like I can't tell if it is crooked or not. I apologize if it is. We'll look at the bottom of the deck here in a bit. But I'm pretty sure Aquarius had the Ace of Cups and the Hierophant come out together. Also, like, they came out together like the Emperor and the Seven of Pentacles did, but it is just kind of interesting how these two came out. I mean, maybe not, it's bound to happen, So we start with the Ace of Cups. Cups have to do with our emotions, how we feel about things, how we feel about ourselves, how we feel, about our lives, the people that are in our lives, what we're doing on a daily basis. It's love, our relationship to love. How do we give it? More importantly, how do we receive it? Because I think a lot of us are better at giving support, like offering love to people, but it's difficult to then receive that back, in the form of help or in the form of, support in whatever capacity. And it's an ace, so it's something new. Well, kind of, because this is a 4, this is a 5. I was going to say we kind of have a progression here, which kind of, I don't think it's like a step back by any means. It's just not, if these positions were flipped, but still that is, we have a 4 and a 5 here. Anyway, squirrel, back to this Ace of Cups. And what I keep noticing on this Ace of Cups, like immediately, is how clearly we have this cup here, right? That is holding liquid. There's a drop that has already fallen out of the cup and landed in this pool of water. But then there's another drop of liquid that is making its way, and that they are pretty much like the same distance apart from each other. So it keeps giving me this feeling of, I want to say like reciprocity. But it's like whatever you are putting out, there is something coming back in. Which feels almost like very karmic too, but it's more in the sense of, whatever is leaving your cup, right? Like whatever you are putting your energy into, whatever you are focusing your emotions on, like whatever you are currently invested in or will be invested in, because this is an ace, whatever energy you are putting out to that thing, you're being replenished with like what is being outputted. If like, does that make sense? Right? Like, I'm glad that there is this visual here. One drop out, one drop in. And it also appears to be like on a timed loop like type of thing, right? Or like what would that even be called? It's like a steady flow. Or even an established flow. Because again, right, this drop has already hit the pool of water. This one is already making its way. So to me, it's like it's already an established system, maybe. And maybe that's even what you are creating for yourself. Maybe you are putting energy out there. And it would have to do with something that you have an emotional attachment to, or like an emotional, there's an emotional drive behind it, and I'm only saying that because this is cups, right? So whatever it is, there is an emotional attachment to it, or an emotional reason why. And maybe what you are trying to do is like establish that routine, establish that oh my god, there's an effing fly in here that will not let my dog relax. Do I have like something? I hate to commit murder on video. Not that kind, YouTube. But yeah, I mean, like maybe it is something that you are focusing your attention on, like even trying to figure out what would be this thing for you. What is it that you do want to invest your have an emotional investment in that would also in turn replenish your cup? So it's like, it's not just continuously giving. It's not continuously just pouring out of your cup and not giving or not getting anything in return, right? Because no, like it's 2025, right? Like relationships, whatever they are, platonic, business, romantic. I'm like, I know I'm missing one. Like whatever it is, if you are the person who is continuously pouring out of your cup, and if the thing or the person, the situation, whatever, is not pouring back into yours, we're not doing that anymore. We just can't, at least not long term. It's like one thing to say or just to kind of see like, okay, let me just kind of gauge like, if I do this, or if I have this conversation, if I, kind of go down this path a little bit, like let's just kind of see what happens. But as soon as there is any indication that you are not, again, getting back anything, bounce on to the next. On to the next, as Jay-Z says. We have the Hierophant here, which is Taurus. Speaking of Mars, even, the Emperor is your card. That literally just dawned on me. Hello. And I always love to see the people that I'm reading for. I love to see their energy show up in their reading. I think that is so cool when that happens. Because it also like, it just feels like very present too, very like intentional, very conscious as well. So anyway, like I said, that literally just dawned on me. I'm sorry it took me so long. But the Hierophant is Taurus. The Hierophant usually has to do with, there's like a community aspect. And what I love about this depiction of it is, the mushrooms and how, mushrooms communicate through their roots, right? I mean, all plants do, but like there's something special or there's something specific about mushrooms and, how they commune with each other. The Hierophant is usually depicted as like the Pope, and then there's, congregates or whatever that are kneeling down in front of them. So there is, again, like a community aspect to it, but there's almost too like a hierarchy. which is, one of the root words or whatever of Hierophant. But what does hierarchy mean? I wish I had my laptop over here. Ugh. Also, why don't I just have my laptop over here for these times when I'm like, what does that word mean? I want to say like the basic, and maybe the actual like definition, whatever, of hierarchy is that there is somebody above and there are people below, right? And in regards to the Hierophant, like the things that are just going through my mind as I'm just sitting here staring off into space is that, the message or like the meaning of the Hierophant is the passing along of information. It's like mentor student, teacher grasshopper type of thing. So it does talk about passing along information, traditions, even because the Hierophant does deal in tradition. That could literally be anything: school, a job, religion, of course, because like I said, there it's usually the Pope is on there. Astrology, tarot could be in there too. It's an ancient practice, right? That like the teachings of it have been passed down. There's many teachers, many different perspectives. There's like, of course, each card has its meaning, but then, there's a lot of nuance around it. Same with like if you start a new job, right? Like there's usually some type of training involved, and there's a person who already knows how to do the job. They train you how to do the job, right? Even religion, it's just regurgitating the same stories from very similar books, right? Also too, even having a guideline, having a direction, or boundaries, maybe even. Because like I'm not religious at all. I was raised Catholic. I mean, I'm baptized Catholic, but I do not identify as Catholic. However, though, I think what religion does have built in, same with jobs, right? Same with astrology, same with tarot, is that there are boundaries, there are guidelines for, how to operate, how to live, how to read the cards, how to understand your natal chart, right? Like, so interesting. I'm just kind of letting myself go, like wherever this is taking me, because maybe you are, with the Ace of Cups here, you are looking for something that is like established that you can benefit from learning from. And again, with this Ace of Cups, and I was like talking about these, drops for probably way too long. And it's wanting to find a mentor or somebody who already has the knowledge that you are seeking out. Even maybe broadening your community or broadening like your network. Because I'm just like, I'm staring at these roots down here. And, we were talking about how mushrooms communicate through those roots and all of that. So also, again, even, going back to like kind of tying these in together, really vetting the people that you are in communication with. Vetting them to see if the knowledge or the experience, the expertise, the mastery that they have, like making sure that that is in alignment with what it is that you're looking for. And that's going to become more and more clear the more that you communicate. The further out that you fan, because like it's got to be reciprocal. There's got to be give and take. There's got to be somebody who has the experience or, again, the expertise, the mastery, whatever it is that you are looking for. But, right, it's like what they could give to you, like you can give something back to them, or what you are offering them in exchange for their mentorship, right? Like, but it's got to be even symmetrical, because now, like, when I just looked at this card again, because I'm just staring off into space, and when I looked back, I'm just seeing like this red part and even the white part very symmetrical. Red also just reminds me so much of Aries. Maybe it's because Mars is red, I don't know, but root I just looked at, I have this like little chakra flags, whatever. And I look at this, that's a little triangle, and the little chakra flag is also these little triangles. But I just like looked, my eye went right to the root chakra. So being grounded, which is also like very Taurus energy too, right? Like it's earth. So being sure that you are just reminding yourself to be grounded. Also, in the realm of human design, the root center is a pressure center. And we don't make decisions from the pressure center. The two pressure centers are the head and the root, which is interesting because Aries does represent the head. So we have roots over here, even though, Taurus doesn't represent necessarily roots, right? It represents more throat, mouth. That's why they always associate Taurus with eating food, which, we do like to do. We do like to do that. So there's something to it. But anyway, right? So we have the two pressure centers out here even being represented. Even if you don't know anything about human design, you don't have to. That's not the point of why I'm even bringing that up. It's just that in the realm of that, the head and the root are pressure centers. So you have an idea, an idea drops into your consciousness, or feeling the pressure to like move towards something, to take action towards something, and feeling that pressure, which is a bit uncomfortable, right? And so that's why we don't make decisions out of that discomfort, because it's usually fear, again, just the overall uncomfortable feeling of pressure in general, anxiety, right? FOMO, whatever. Like we don't want to make decisions from that, because it could lead us into situations where it's just going to drain our energy, or it's not going to be reciprocal, all because we weren't patient. All because, maybe we were afraid that like another opportunity wasn't going to show up, or, this person, whoever it was, like really put on a dog and pony show, and we were a bit bamboozled by it. So just really make sure that you are grounded in your truth, and use your head a little bit, right? I mean, we have the Emperor card here, which is, there's this picture of this brain that this tree is growing out of. I know you are, of course, like a fire sign, but it's also like, use your logical brain. And what is also coming through is not giving your power away. Because the things that were like going through my head as I was like sitting here thinking about the Emperor is confidence, initiation, right? Like going for something, discipline. The Emperor is also the divine masculine, which is not gender related. It's just, those are the things that we think about with masculine energy, is again, initiation, going out and getting things done, right? Hustling, having the audacity in the first place, right? Like a little mediocrity, but having the audacity. It's also, like I'm thinking it's spring time. Like I'm thinking things Aries, right? Because obviously like the Emperor is the Aries card. Um and the weather is starting to change. Flowers are starting to, or maybe not flowers, but like trees are starting to bud. Um like things are starting to come back to life. Speaking of, I wasn't even looking at this. We have the Seven of Pentacles here, which, I mean, they're literally planting seeds. This might be something that resolves itself in spring. Literally in like Aries season next year. Which I know like kind of sucks to hear, but also like, how far away is that? October, November, December, January, February, March, April. Ugh, fuck. I mean, that's 7 months away. Ugh. Yeah, I get that. But also, it might take that long. And let it take as long as it fucking needs to take in order for these seeds to germinate, roots to grow, plants to sprout. Because even too, like with this brain and this tree that has clearly been established and is growing out, like this would be something that has been on your mind, right, for a long time. Like there is an established idea, an established, even lifestyle that you envision for yourself. And maybe now is like, because we even have the Seven of Pentacles here, they're literally planting these seeds. They haven't even planted them yet. They're just on top of the soil, right? But the intention is there. Like we know what's going to happen here, right? Like we know where this is going. However, though, it does take time and that's the whole point of the Seven of Pentacles, is that you can't just plant a seed and expect it to grow, like without you having to do anything else, right? Like you have to water it every day, which is using your resources. It's physically showing up. You have to prune it if it's a plant that needs to be pruned in order for it to grow larger or better or whatever. I know that's not like every plant, but you need to check for pests, right? Like if there's a big hailstorm or something coming through, like maybe throwing out like, hail nets or putting something on top of it to protect it, or, like, and that's all things Pentacles. Your time, your personal investment, your financial investment, how you make your money, where you spend it, how you save it. Again, your time. Where do you invest your time and your energy, your physical presence, your physical body? I also even love that we have all of the elements that go into growing plants. We have water, we have the earth, we have the sun. And I mean that in the sense of course, water, Taurus being an earth sign, the Emperor or Aries being a fire sign. Heat, warmth, right? Like, light. Haziz, light. So, I feel like I should write this down. And of course, I don't have anything to do that with. I don't know if I'm going to even remember. Because I'm like, that could be a title, kind of. Something about... I mean, again, literally just to like beat a poor dead horse here, like allow it to take as much time as it needs, and also allow your vision of the thing, your feelings about it, to also evolve as you're going along, as this thing is growing and expanding and communication is happening. Right? Like you're going to no doubt discover, I want this, I don't want that. I thought I wanted that, and now that's evolved into expecting or wanting this thing, right? And that might even also change how you approach it, how you communicate about it, how you are putting it out there, right? So let's see what's at the bottom of the deck. And if you've made it this far, thank you. I love that. I would absolutely love if you subscribed to my channel. It helps me grow. It helps people to see these readings as well. Like the video, leave a comment, save it. Those are all free ways to support me and the channel. I don't think that there's actually like ads or anything on my videos because I'm such a small, in the YouTube verse, like I'm such a small little blip, that I don't think that there are being ads. But if there's anything that you see that is propaganda, please report it, because ain't nobody got time for that either. That shit pisses me off also, speaking of other things in me. So, we have the, oh my God. We have the Knight of Cups, bros. I'm telling you, if you let this play out without rushing it along, without, making decisions out of fear, FOMO, whatever, the perfect offer is going to present itself. It's one of those things, right? Like, it's like once you become visible, right? You're putting yourself out there in whatever capacity it is. You're out there interviewing, you're out there networking, like you're maybe posting content or, something. The more that you are visible, the more even that you are talking about this, that you are even getting clear in your emotions about it, the better that thing is to find you. It's literally a matter of that person, that it's usually a person, right? Whatever, that the opportunity to see you or meet you, like so also it's like, trusting that by saying no to something that just doesn't quite feel right, but it's close, right? You're like, I could make this fit. But deep down, that it's just not it. By saying no to that, you are giving yourself the opportunity for that perfect yes to come in. And I kid you not, it will. We have the Knight of Cups here, which is literally an offer. Not only that, we start with the Ace of Cups. They're holding the Ace of Cups in their hand. And here where it was like dripping out, and then another drip filling your cup back in, they're now drinking from their own cup, right? For me, like that just, it almost like solidifies things. It's like reaping what you've sown here with the Seven of Pentacles. There's like a celebration aspect to that. The Knight of Cups truly leads with their heart. There's also even a little bit of a Delulu aspect with the Knight of Cups. So allow yourself to be delusional. Allow yourself to, like, your imagination to expand in what it is that you are looking. Because truly, we are only limited by our own imagination. So get crazy with whatever it is that you are manifesting. Truly. Allow yourself to be surprised. Allow that thing to come in also. Don't say yes to something that's like, this could work. No. We have the Magician behind that. Again, right? Like, that's literally everything coming together for me. I mean, the Magician talks about, at least in this reading, that's, because there's one of every element on here. It's also another one. This is having everything that you need in order to manifest. This is somebody who has everything it is that you are manifesting. I do think that there is another person involved just because there's the Hierophant here. There's some type of relationship there. I don't necessarily see it being like romantic. It could be. There's nothing out here that like screams romance. I mean, maybe the Knight of Pentacles because they're usually, or the Knight of Cups because they're usually like the knight in shining armor. But I just think that that is the perfect opportunity. Maybe it is a relationship, and maybe it is the perfect because even with romantic relationships, do not settle. Don't make me come over there. Do not settle. I mean, you know, they're good enough. They're better than other, you know, douchebag. No. Mm-mm. Again, it's 2025. We're not doing good enough anymore. So I'm going to leave it there. Thank you so much. Truly, this whole reading shifted my energy. So hopefully it shifted yours too. And I will talk to you soon.